Communication is always vital when competing in tournaments. Winning a match requires perfect coordination. You cannot win by yourself.
Raid call. Communication for winners.
Alright, so, there was like some white noise, audio, hiss, wind tunneling, stuff like that in these clips. So I just decided I would talk over them about dumb stuff that no one actually cares about, or maybe they care about. It depends on who you are. Anyway, yeah, there's a sort of wind tunneling thing, and I tried to remove it, and it still just sounded kind of bad. You probably wouldn't have minded, but somehow it's just like, if I actually notice that there's a mistake in it, I don't feel right doing it. But when it's like, I don't really notice there's anything there, by all means, even if it fucks up worse than like anything. But I'm just gonna use this to talk about like certain tier classes. Maybe people will put together what like comps work well, because I get asked like what's the best monk comp and things like that all the time. So anyway, to get this started, best class in game. Actually, I'm going off a DPS class here, and I'll explain some of the points and why I decide the way I do. Other ways. Oh my god, fuck this map. First for DPS, I'm sure everyone's gonna guess this. Fucking Shadow Priests. They're actually just like absurd. They can pull out pretty like retarded damage if they have the setup for it and can get it up, but it's not like on mage or rogue level, but it's still really high. But they keep your fucking team immortal forever and ever, and yeah, they're just like insane. I'm pretty sure everyone saw that coming, and I don't think anyone's actually going to argue with me on that, except someone who like sees PvE geared rogues all the time like me, and it's just like, oh god, fucking rogues. But even so, Shadow Priests are still stupid. Speaking of next in line, I'm going with rogues. Some people may disagree with me on this. Shadow Priests fit in like every fucking comp in the game, so they're just like, yeah, they're overpowered. Maybe not even that overpowered, they're just like insanely good. I would say too good, but yeah, Shadow Priests. And then I'm gonna go with rogues just because, especially with the PvE whatever it is trinket, it's out of control. 160, 180k, 200k eviscerates, and then, you know, granted it's like a 30 or 40% chance to crit. It's still like, if they crit twice with Marked for Death, which is, if both globals crit, someone dies, which is just way too high on burst. So I'm putting them second. Third, I actually don't know where to put here. I can't decide between mages and hunters. Standalone, just like as a class, I would put mages higher. However, mages really only fit into very few comps, and work well at them. It's like all wizard cleaves, like even RMP is not that good. So hunters fit into a lot more stuff, and you know, you'll probably see a lot more of them. So I would say, well, BM hunters. I'm gonna put them equal, I guess. I don't know. I would put mages higher just because God comp's the best comp in the game, at least with the druid, and really can't lose if played well. But you know, we'll just go with either. BM hunters get out of too much shit and just can't do absurd damage and can chain their CC quite well, and they work just really well on every cleave in the game. So BM hunters, and then mages simply because God comp's really stupid and all sorts of dumb. But mages aren't that amazing in other comps. Like, they're just not. Fifth, I'm like torn on the rest of the list. Like, I want to say Feral Druid, but I know they're like pretty bad now, and they're just like really good against my class. I'm kind of torn on that one, and I'm sure there's like other things I'm missing. I'm pretty biased towards casters just because my class sucks against casters, but I would say like probably Feral Druid. Then I would put Warlock. Everyone says Warlocks suck dick. I agree, but kind of same boat as monks. Like, monks are pretty bad, but Ring of Peace is insanely strong. Same goes for gateways and just being able to chain cast spheres whenever they want. Like, their damage is nothing, but, well, their damage outside of Demon Soul is nothing, and like Corruption takes for apparently 3100 on me, or 3400 on me, which is really low. Especially considering I'm a monk and I have 0 damage reduction, and then you look at every other class in the game with like, if you look at Flame Glow and Mage Armor and shit, it just doesn't survive ever. So yeah, I'd put Locks higher than like kind of everything else. Oh, Feral Druids would be probably there. And then kind of, oh, DK, shit, DKs need to be higher up. I would put DK on the same par with Hunters and shit. Takes the right comp, but I think Shadow Priest DK Shadow Priest anything is actually the best, but Shadow Priest DK is just a top tier comp, so DKs go up in that like BM Hunter Mage whatever tie. They're good class, but they're not the best. And then I would definitely consider DK stronger than Ferals, because I'm pretty sure Ferals can't do stuff against, or can't do well against some comps. I'm not actually sure what, considering Ferals just like annihilate me because I can't hit them with Fist of Fury stun or slow them at all or root to peel, or just it's miserable and they're immune to polys and hexes and shit. But then I would just put Ferals, and yeah. Then it just goes like Rep Pally, Enhancement Shaman, Ellie Shaman, Monk. All of them are just sort of jumbled together. Like, I think comp specific, they're better for each thing. Like, if you face a pretty cleavy team, Monk's probably going to be 1,000 times better than a Rep Pally. If you face a team that does long ass CC chains, a Rep Pally might actually be better because you can sack out of shit. Or if you're facing like double mage or something, Beast Cleave would be really strong. But yeah, I don't know where to rate the rest, and I kind of rank off of standalone, not necessarily like how many comps you can run, although it's usually quite tied. Like, number of different comps that are incredibly good to run probably goes Shadow Priest, Rogue, and then Hunter. And then I'll talk about healers really quick, because I think this may be my last game. Maybe there's one more. I'm not sure how much longer I need to talk for, because yeah. But healers, I'm gonna throw this out there. By themselves,